What is up? What is up? Alex B back for Alexander the Curious George Curiosity Vlog. I believe this is episode 7. Definitely had to hop on this episode 7. 7 is one of my lucky numbers. In fact, it's my most lucky number. With that being said, music. So, just thought I'd update you guys with what's been going on past couple weeks. Past couple weeks was like winter break from December 16th, 17th to January 23rd. So January 23rd, we just got back to classes. First day back. So it's been like 6 weeks. And man, I knew it was gonna zoom by, but I didn't know it was gonna zoom this quick. But it was actually very eventful. I worked a lot. Worked like every day. One day off. And those were not the holidays. I worked the holidays. But it was like Friday. Friday would be like my only day off. And I'd either indulge or I'd kind of like have a little rest day. But for the most part, worked like every day. Speaking of the number 7, luck. I got a little lucky this past weekend. I was lucky and fortunate enough to land a flight from Hollywood Burbank to Boise, Idaho. And it was only $128 for a round trip. And when I'm talking about luck, you guys, like, I'm talking about actual, real luck. When I was flying from Burbank to Boise, I was late to my flight, you know, what's new. Running a little late, but I think I got there just in time to check in, go through TSA and get on board. The flight was like what time was it? It was like 11, I think, like 11 something in the AM over here in Cali, and I got there literally just in time, because I checked in on my phone, and I wouldn't say push your luck all the time, but it was definitely worth noting that I got so lucky that I was able to get on the plane this time, because last time I wasn't able to come back from Boise to Burbank, Los Angeles. I actually missed the flight. But in this sense, there's a little luck in there. I'll talk about the weekend itself, but like, I was only there from Thursday to Sunday, and so when I landed on Thursday, you know, got to hang out with, you know, mom and my sis a little bit, kicked it at the crib, hung out with my cousin Tommy for his birthday, just chilled at their house, you know, just talked about life, caught up. One thing that really stuck out was one of my, I like to call him like an older cousin, you know. His name is Bick. Shout out to Bick. Me and him are having some nice, good conversation. A little backstory behind Bick is that he ex-military, you know, traveled the world a lot, and very familiar with just enjoying life, you know. So we don't talk all the time, but when we do see each other, we just catch up. And you know, he's very familiar with the fact that I moved to Los Angeles, and you know, I'm chasing my goals and chasing my vision. And he respected that, something that he highly respected. That because it takes a lot of courage to do, you know. And granted, I've come across, not many, but I've come across people who I've met and known a huge majority of my life where they're not as supportive, or they kind of question my actions. And I want to say that as much as it hurt to hear that, it was necessary. Necessary to know, just like you guys all know, just like everybody knows, is that as we continue to elevate and go higher, something is going to want to pull us down. Something, someone, whatever it is, whatever that may be. There's going to be things wanting to hold you back from that growth process, from that growth in general, you know. So when I had that conversation with Vic and just catching up with my cousin Tommy, it was nice. It was a nice, cool, chill Thursday. I planned this Boise trip because I had an orthodontist appointment, and the orthodontist appointment was on Friday. Yeah. So when Friday came around and I woke up in the morning to go to the orthodontist appointment, I come to find out that my orthodontist that I've gone to since I was in high school now has 5 branches. Dude's doing well for himself. Back then, when my mom was going to him, there was only 1. And then when I was going to him, there was only 2. And the last time I was there was like 2015, and that was 2023. So fast forward, now it's 2023, this dude has 5 branches now. Crazy. And that branch that I went to was out in Nampa, and that was apparently the second busiest branch they have. So the busiest branch is obviously the first original one, the one that I went to as a teenager, and my mom. Just crazy to see how time has passed and gone by, and people are still continuing to grow. Like that man, my orthodontist, he has 5 branches now, you know? Like he didn't stop trying to elevate. He didn't have to. He could have stuck to what he was good at within his 2 branches. But this dude has 5. You know, he's giving other dental hygienists and orthodontists, I would say, whatever, you know, opportunities with these branches as well. No, I was really happy to see that. I was really happy to stop by and check that branch out. I even ran into like somebody who's familiar with my name or familiar with me, but I think I had personally just met her for the first time. And you know, if you're familiar with the Boise area, you kind of know that names kind of go in and out. Like you hear it, and then you might see them on Facebook or something. You might have like a mutual friend, maybe a couple mutual friends, and just kind of like start a conversation like that. And that's exactly how my conversation went with the girl at the counter. I'll withhold her name, but you know, very pretty girl, you know, blonde hair, blue eyes. We have a lot of those over in Boise. But I mean, it's what I do enjoy about where I come from is that there's a lot of charm in its people. You know, I think there's a certain charm to people that grew up in Idaho, or at least where I grew up in Meridian and Boise. They small big town, kind of know. You kind of know of people, you know lots of people, you know, you might run into somebody here and there. So you kind of move in a certain way, it makes you move a certain type of way. And it was just nice to spark up conversation with, you know, a little mutual local. See where things have been, you know, just to hear and feel that that people are up to things, you know, that they keep striving for like another day, striving for more. It's an amazing experience. So I was there, right? I was at the orthodontist. Anyway, I don't want to get too sidetracked, but you know, got my bottom permanent retainer done, and it didn't cost anything. Big ups. Blessed there, so didn't have to pay anything for that. She was kind of doing a demonstration on my bottom permanent retainer, and she was doing a demonstration, and she was showing somebody how to redo my bottom retainer because it was falling off, right? And I thought I was going to pay something. I thought it was going to be a good chunk of change out of my pocket, but it ended up being free. So that was nice. It was very nice. Because your boy's on a budget right now. But I get this inclination, I get this inkling, this sense that this is going to be a year where I'm going to grow financially. I'm going to grow definitely more spiritually, energy-wise, and the physical is going to speak for itself as well, you know, because it starts from the inside and then it inside out, you know, right? At least that's how I like to work. But no, I get that sense that there's going to be, there may be some, but I think there's going to be less worry about money, finances this year, because I'm making plans to change that, and they're going to soon come to fruition. Luck has definitely played its favor, especially within this last weekend, right before our first day back. Because it was just such a good weekend when I visited Boise. You know, Friday visited my dad and old co-workers, had a little dinner with some of my bros, my homies, and most could make it. It was just like a vibe. It was just a great time. We went to Chiang Mai, ate dinner. Went to go smoke a cigar, stogie, over at Sturman's, my favorite cigar spot. And then after cigars, we went to my favorite German beer spot, Prost. At this point, when we finished the cigars, it was already like 11:30, and then we headed right to Prost. And then I got my first Das Boot. Delicious, by the way. Love German beer. And what I want to bring up is that when I came into Prost, I'm familiar with these guys, right? Because it's like one of my favorite spots, and they just, welcomed me with like a warm smile. Like they were just happy to see me. They're asking me about how LA is. Like, how's LA? Like, how is everything? Because it's been a little bit. It's been a couple months since they've seen me, and so I catch them up, give them a little gist, and then we get to the drinking. Just had a good time. Went out for a little bit downtown. Nothing too crazy. Saturday, game night. Game night with my boy Neil and some of the other homies, and my sister even got to join. Like, things are just coming, definitely interesting circles, because I'm at this point in life where my sister is old enough to drink. She's old enough to have friends with my friends. I'm old enough to be friends with some of her friends. It's just that it's that time in our age where we can kind of mend the lives a little bit, intertwine a little bit. It's kind of cool, really. Yeah. Get to spend more quality time together, Not just me being big bro, but now as, that we can be friends. I mean, because you have family, but you're not always friends with your family, and you have, you know what I mean? So that's always a blessing to share. I mean, little sis is like a little mini me anyway. But it was so fun, especially when it came down to playing Family Feud. Man, if y'all was there. The competition in the room, the entertainment, the jokes, timing, oh my God. So then after game night, we go downtown. We have a good time downtown, and then finish off the night just going home and chilling. Get some breakfast in the morning, afternoon, with my bros Neil and Vaughn, and then say bye to Dad before I leave. Just doing my due diligence, making my rounds, with whoever I can, who's available, who's not. I couldn't make it around to everybody. But they're in my heart. They know who they are. And made it back to LA Sunday. And right when I come back in that land, I get this message on the WhatsApp. Excuse me. From my friends in school at AOA. And, we're saying happy lunar year. All right, it's like Chinese, Vietnamese New Year. And we're looking to go eat, get some dinner or something, maybe some pho. and we go end up eating some Chinese food with some of the homies from AOA. Food was decent. It's pretty good. It was alright. I enjoyed it. Mostly the chicken dishes. The orange chicken was gas. The tangy, spicy chicken was fire. The duck, man, ooh, that good duck. Got to catch up with the homies that were gone. Like one of them was gone to Hong Kong. One of them I haven't seen in like a month because I worked every day. They were working, and time just escapes us, and we were able to come back and see each other here at the restaurant and enjoy each other's company, eat food, crack jokes. So by the time we were done eating, I also caught a glimpse that they were doing the lunar dinner for the hot pot restaurant that I work at Hai Lao. And I planned on going, right? So it was at like 10:30, and I had to like convince one of my co-workers, or at least like the managers at the restaurant, to bring a friend. But apparently we can only bring family. And I was able to convince them, make an exception, because I don't have any blood relatives here in LA. So I was like, this is my friend, we've been going to school with each other since September. I don't even got no real family, like blood family out here, but we're basically family at this point, so like hopefully maybe you guys can make an exception. And they said yes, like it was okay. So I was able to bring him and show him the restaurant and show him how big it is, right? Show him how like fancy it is. And then he was meeting all the employees and all that stuff. So when we sat down and we got to the hot pot, this pertains to the luck, by the way. There was a drawing, and I didn't think I was going to be in the drawing. I didn't think that I was going to be able to participate, because like I'm late to work sometimes, but I'm a very good worker. I'm a very hard worker, and even though I may arrive late sometimes, a lot of the times, especially during the holidays, it was rough. Oh man, the holidays. Even though I arrive late, I'll stay late, and I'll stay like the extra mile to make up for time and go the extra, because I feel bad, But anyway, besides the point, I thought I wasn't going to be able to participate because of that, but I was. And so when they finally came around to me entering the drawing, I put my hand in the bucket, and granted, I didn't pay it that much mind whether I was going to win anything or not. I just like sussed through it, get this little piece right here. This felt like a good piece. Bring it out, open it up, and then it said iPad. And right before it said iPad, my coworker, my friend Diana, shouted out iPad. She's like, iPad. So she might have been contributing to my good luck that was happening, because that shit said iPad, bro. Ain't it crazy? It's right. It's right here. Yeah. iPad. Y'all can see that. It's like the 9th generation. 64 gig. Set it up right here. It's cool. But my boy Scotty was upset, because this is exactly what he wanted. He wanted that exact thing, and he didn't get it because I got it. motherfucker that fucking is late ever so often. Gets the iPad. That's the freaking irony, isn't it? And he wouldn't stop clowning me all night. He was just going crazy. Definitely bitter. Definitely bitter. He was bitter. For sure bitter. But he was at least happy that somebody that he, you know, loves and cares about and likes got the iPad. They got the iPad. But no, man, like I just feel it in the air. Like, I mean, the experience from the whole weekend, you know, because even when I flew, I told you, I flew from Boise to back to Burbank, I was kind of late, and I had to bring my huge luggage bag with me to TSA to get checked. And I had to throw away 3 of my personal items, like my body wash, my lotion, and my toothpaste. And they were still very full. They're basically new, and I had to throw them away. Lucky those were the only things I had to throw away, but no, I was running late, and I didn't think I was gonna be able to make it. For a second I thought that, but I had faith that something was gonna work out. I had this knowing that something is going to work out no matter what. And it did. And that vibe just kind of carried that whole day, you know. I was just kind of on that vibe the whole weekend. Like, it's just, I knew it was going to be a good time every day. I knew once I got back to Los Angeles that it wasn't going to end there. Like, I got the dinner with the friends. I got the dinner with my Heidi Lau family as well. And then I win the freaking iPad. And then everyone's saying, you know, congrats, congrats, congrats. And I'm also getting hated on and shitted on by my boy Sky, you know. And but you know, we having a good time. And come the next day, I go to work, right? I go to work before I go to school. And so I have the lunch shift, and everybody's, you know, everybody finds out that I won the iPad because so many people wanted the iPad, and they're just like, congrats, congrats, congrats. Like, oh, lucky you, lucky you. So, feeling grateful, feeling blessed, but I'm like, I'm just in awe, maybe. I was surprised that I got it, but, and then, you know, just grateful, just blessed, you know. Starting to really believe in this whole luck thing, you know, that I am a lucky person, and I'm very blessed. I create my own luck in certain ways. I believe things are going to work out, even when it seems like at that moment it may not. You know, like the amount of people that said congratulations, congratulations, and they kept on talking about the fact that I won the iPad. They couldn't stop bringing it up today at work. Because luck is a huge thing, right? Especially to, I guess, the Chinese. You know, I work at the Chinese hot pot. Just in Asians, or, you know, in general. Very superstitious about things and whatnot. But the people who did win things, you know what I mean? Like, I had other homies, one won a TV, one won like the very expensive wine bottle. Nobody won the iPhone. They're gonna save that for, like, I think Valentine's. But, you know, I won the iPad, so it's like, something was in the air, and was in my favor. So I let that door open, I let that door open so it could come in, that kind of luck, that kind of abundance, because that's something I want to attract. That's something I do attract whenever it so is opportune to come through the door, right? So that's what happened this weekend, And I do have other stories about luck, especially pertaining to school, but we'll get on that another day. School was cool today. I saw some of the new students, and went through class, did some different exercises, and they even played a prank on me. Because when you're new, when you're just starting in this conservatory, you have a monologue prepared. It's usually a contemporary monologue, and I don't know if you want to call it a haze, but they call it orientation. And at orientation, you present your monologue, and everyone at school is in that room, and you're doing it in front of them, and they get to interact any way that they that they can with you. They might be laughing, they might be like cheering you on. You just don't know. You're doing the monologue, and then you just have all these eyes on you. It can get pretty wild. It can get pretty crazy. But I didn't get to experience that because I missed my first day. I missed orientation for my year at the conservatory. So I never got to do my monologue in front of everyone. And so because of that, my friends played a prank and told one of our advisors to put me on the list. And so once all the new students were done, they're like, and by popular demand, Alexander-Bounyavong. And I got a little flush, and I was like, oh my God, of course. Like, come on, man. I was about to too, actually. I was about to hop on there, but they were just playing. They were just joking. It's good to be back, though. It's good to be back in this space. Good to be back diving into the craft and, sharpening the sword, adding to the arsenal, everything. Be back with my friends, doing what we love to do most, doing what we're born to do, sharing it with each other, and what more could I ask for? One of my teachers was just very excited just to be there in the room with all of us. Like, she was just so happy. She was so thrilled to be back and to be in that energy, in that atmosphere. And it just really speaks volumes. So luck. I'll say this before I end this, is that when I was done eating my food at the Chinese restaurant, we all opened our fortune, and the whole fortune cookie stuff is fortune cookie stuff, right? But I like to believe in the little magic of it, right? Like, that fortune cookie was meant for you and for you only. Like, you picked it, like it was yours, like what's yours is yours. And a little bit of fate, maybe a little bit of destiny. But when I opened mine, this is what it said. It says, you are a person of imaginative yet honest intentions. And it gave me these lucky numbers. First one being 7. If you didn't see. There's magic out there, you guys. You know, there's things happening that we can't see and feel, but it's there, and it's real, it's alive. So we just gotta tap into it and believe it. Because in moments when you truly need it and desire it, it just might knock on your door. Or if you leave the door open, it just might come through and present you with an opportunity. A little bit of luck, maybe a little bit of abundance. Who knows? Till next time, stay curious.